Good afternoon, and welcome back to Field 1 at Palmasola for Game 3 of our triple header. Here to start off this second week of FGCL action, Gray Robertson back here from, I hope you know by now, Softball America, Crimson Tide Sports Network, SC Network Plus. I'm sporting the shirt today. We got producer Gracie up in here, officially scoring and providing her thoughts on challenges and also just general musings about the game. And we got a good one. This is the one I think a lot of people have been really excited for here on this field today. It's the 2-0 Anna Maria Aquanauts against the 2-0 Bradenton Slice. And the Slice, the visiting team today, so we'll give you that starting lineup in just a moment. A reminder, if you're tuning in, we want to hear from you. You can tweet me at Gray, Gray_Robertson. We'll read your message on the air. And let us know as well that everything is up and running. And we'll shout you out, do all the things that we hope you like to be a part of. Here's the starting lineup for the Bradenton Slice, coached by Brittany Purser. Back in the leadoff spot, Kylie Shaw, the center fielder. Emma Brinkman, the catcher, who's been impossible to get out, bats second. Ella Dodge, second base, hits third. Fourth spot occupied by the first baseman, Layla Lamar. Precious Bross is in for the first time here this summer. 5 spot playing left field. The shortstop, Grace Molitor, hits 6th, with Lexi Shaver, the right fielder, in the 7-hole. Sydney Watts, the DP, is batting 8th. Brittany Gingrich, third base in the 9 spot, and Caitlin Nesbitt, the extra hitter today. We'll turn things over at the bottom of the order in the 10 spot, and they will face in the circle out of North Florida, Cam Ponick, the righty sophomore last year for the Ospreys out of Parker, Colorado, and Legend High School. And we'll give you Ponick's line so far this summer. She's appeared in 4 innings, a 1.75 ERA. She's got 4 Ks and a 1-0 record here this year in 2025, facing off against probably, statistically definitely, the top offense in the FGCL and the Bradenton Slice. Going to be a lot of fun. Glad that you're here, and we certainly hope we hear from you throughout the broadcast. Again, you can tweet me at Gray, Gray_Robertson. Underway in just a moment. We'll step aside until then here on Field 1 at Palmasola. Kylie Shaw will lead things off here in the first inning for the Slice. Portaled from Florida, going to Auburn to play for the Malveaux. Kylie Shaw has been the leadoff pretty much every day. Freshman last year out of Estero, Florida, early enrolled to play for Coach Walton, and now going to play for the Auburn Tigers, and they're getting a good one. Shaw this summer is hitting .833. Couple RBIs, 5 hits, 2 doubles. And she starts against Cam Ponick. First pitch in there for a strike, and here we go. Battle of 2-0 teams. Somebody's taking a loss for the first time this summer. Back up the middle, another base hit for Kylie Shaw. Put that average at .857. Good. but not quite as good as what Emma Brinkman's doing. Get ready for this. First pitch is smacked out to right by Brinkman. All the way to the fence and off it. No way. The throw in puts runners on second and third. That is the 5th double of the summer for Emma Brinkman, and she's now 7 for 7 to start the summer for the Bradenton Slice. She is in the portal, coaches. Give her a call. 2 in scoring position right out the gate for Ella Dodge. And the first pitch is low to the Tennessee Lady Vol for ball 1. Dodge, out of right here in Bradenton, Florida, was a redshirt freshman last year for Karen Weekly. 143 average this summer, does have an RBI. That's off the glove of the shortstop. And that'll be a base hit. Karis Pierce couldn't handle it. RBI single for Dodge. 1-0 Slice very quickly. Brinkman held up at second. And here's Layla Lamar. Strike 1. Another one in the portal from Florida. Daughter of Duke head coach Marissa Young. Freshman last year for Tim Walton. Lamar has a couple home runs, hitting .500, 4 RBIs, and 2 bombs. Tied for the league lead entering today. Defense for the Aquanauts. Elena Balls in left. Cassidy McClellan in center. Caroline Patterson in right. Skylar Young at third. Karis Pierce at short. Gracie Flores at second. Gracie Scott at first. McKenna Belair behind the plate. And quickly 0-2 on Layla Lamar. Just such a potent top of the order for the Bradenton Slice. Back to the circle. Ponick will get the force at third. No double play, but there is one down. So here is the Summer League debut for the former Georgia Bulldog Precious Bros, currently in the portal. Held off on the change, 1-0. Did not go. Freshman last year for Tony Baldwin out of Columbia, South Carolina. Hit .400 for the Dogs, but only in 5 ABs. Was 2 for 5 with a couple RBIs. And that is lifted on the right side. Catch made at second base by Flores for the second out. So Grace Molitor, another one of the 2 home run hitters in this lineup, takes ball 1. Had a couple bombs in one game. Did Molitor, Sun Devil from Arizona State out of Marthasville, Missouri. Overall, the average for Molitor is .667, 3 RBIs. She's in the 6th spot for this offense. Waved at and missed, 1-2. Called strike 3. So a strikeout to end the first inning. But a run does come in for the Bradenton Slice, and it's 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Aquanaut offense coming up for the first time when we return. First time up for the Anna Maria Aquanauts, trailing 1-0 against the Slice. Here's the starting lineup for their head coach, Brim Baca. And there you see her in the third base coaching box. Caroline Patterson, the right fielder, leads off with Elena Ball, the left fielder, batting second. Gracie Flores, the second baseman's in the 3 spot. Cassidy McClellan's playing center and cleaning up with McKenna Belair, the catcher, batting 5th. Jada Thomas, extra hitter, in the 6th spot. Gracie Scott, first base, bats 7th. Emily Borison, the DP's in the 8 hole. Karis Pierce is at short, batting 9th. Skylar Young, the third baseman, will hit 10th, and they'll be all doing that against Sydney Watts. Watts, who is going to work a lot of up in the zone, freshman last year for Georgia Tech out of Youngstown, Ohio, a previous Ohio Gatorade Player of the Year. First pitch high to the old MVP, Caroline Patterson, and her Georgia Tech teammate. First, we'll tell you about Watts, who's thrown 2 innings so far this summer, has gotten a win, ERA of 0, and struck out 6 in her lone appearance, which is everyone. Every out she recorded was a strikeout. Ball to the MVP from last year, Caroline Patterson out of Georgia Tech. Dropped my phone, sorry. Patterson, redshirt freshman last year for the Yellow Jackets. Macon, Georgia native. So far this summer, Patterson hitting 400 with an RBI and a double mixed in there as well. OBP at 500. .30 count from Watts, and that's high, ball 4. Lead off aboard for the Aquanauts here in the first inning. Defense for the Slice. Bross is in left, Shaw in center, and Shaver in right. Infield of Gingrich at third base, Molitor at short, Dodge at second, Lamar at first, Brinkman once again catching. And here's Elena Ball out of Pittsburgh. Strike 1. Elena Ball, a junior last year for the Panthers out of Atlanta, Georgia. Started her career at George Mason. And here so far this summer, she's hitting 400. No extra base hits. Taking just a minute for Watts to kind of get settled in this ball game. Patterson over at first base. Leadoff walk on 4 pitches. And a strikeout for Watts. Use that velocity just to blow it right by ball for the first out. I'll bring up the Louisiana Tech rising redshirt sophomore Gracie Flores from Berthoud, Colorado. Strike 1 to Flores. Hitting .750 with 3 RBIs. All singles. Patterson takes off. The throw's a little late from Brinkman, and there's a stolen base. Hope that one kind of skipped in from Watts, 1-1, and immediately an opportunity for Flores. See, Aquanauts trying to answer here in the bottom of the first. That'll get away. This wild pitch will put the tying run on third. Good velo, 2-2. Got her. Back-to-back strikeouts. And Patterson stays over at third. And in steps Cassidy McClellan, the Florida Gator. Sophomore last year for Tim Walton from Lakewood Ranch, Florida. McClellan this summer, looking for her first hit, does have an RBI. OBP at 200. And quickly 2-0. You can see a lot of these knots a little bit late. Watt's probably one of the 3 or 4 hardest throwers in the FGCL this summer. You do have a wide range of velocity at times here in the Summer League. Look at McClellan go. Oh my gracious, way out to center field. A 2-run shot beyond the palm trees. 2-1 knots here in the first. And players like Cassidy McClellan are why I was really excited about this game. You got a lot of talent in the lineups for both of these squads. Both coming off of sweeps. Now here's another Gator, this one portaling, McKenna Belair. Ball 1. Belair, another one who enrolled early along with her Slice compatriot Kylie Shaw to play for Tim Walton. Went in the portal looking for a new home right now. Belair out of Lutz, Florida. Land O'Lakes High School. Hitting .250 this summer with a couple RBIs. That is hard but foul. Three and one. Oh, you've got to be kidding. It is jammed. There we go. Got it down. It was on the fencing. But we got it down. Way to stick to it, guys. Full count. Another foul ball.
He didn't? Did you call him? Do you have the number? No, sir. That dad's got that home run ball.
Still a full count for McKenna Belair. Already a two-run homer by Cassidy McClellan. Payoff from Watts. Another foul ball. We'll have to hunt that down. Ball four. Good job, McKenna Belair. Fought off the stuff she didn't like. And finally just coaxed the walk from Watts, and quickly out comes Brittany Purser to have a word with her pitcher. Now Brimbaka chatting with some knots as Jada Thomas gets ready to step in. Thomas, the incoming freshman, going to Jacksonville from Wesley Chapel, Florida. She's hit it well. 500 batting average, couple RBIs, has a double. Quickly 0-2. Just a reminder, if you're tuning in, we want to hear from you, so you can tweet me at Gray, Gray_Robertson. Join the conversation. We would like to shout you out if you're watching here on this Monday afternoon. Little low from Watts, 1-2. to third base. And the throw in plenty of time from Gingrich. Side retired, but a couple runs come in thanks to the 2-run shot by Cassidy McClellan, and we are off and running. Biggest game of the day on field one, living up to it after an inning. We'll see what happens in the second when we come back. All right, the slice will try and respond as we go to the second inning. 7-8-9 due up against Ponick. First pitch high to one of our favorite interns, Lexi Shaver, out of Kennesaw State. Riverton, Utah native, sophomore last year for the Owls. Good pitch, 1-1. Shaver this summer hitting 400, OBP at 500. Anchor in the bottom of the order here today. And she'll bloop that on the infield. Running over to make the catch is the shortstop, Pierce, one down. Now Sydney Watts will try and help herself out in the 8th spot. Called strike to start. Watts hitting 333 with an RBI. That was a go-ahead RBI in the opener. Fooled by the off-speed, 0-2. That's over to second base. Oh, the throw was A little low from Flores, but well dug out by Gracie Scott. Now 2 down. And Brittany Gingrich will be asked to extend this top of the second inning. Portaling from Lees McRae College. Freshman last year out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Ball 1 to Gingrich. 500 average this summer. OBP at a robust 750. Two and one. Brittany Purser hanging out over in the third base coaching box. Head coach for the Slice yet again. Leads away at Walter State Community College. Previously an assistant at St. John's River. Mentioned a couple times. Played her college ball at Lynn and North Florida. On the ground over to third base. Rifled throw from Skylar Young, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. I think Gingrich thought she fouled it off of herself. I thought it was kind of weird in real time. And so that is the inning. I kind of think Gingrich got a little hose there, but challenge timer's up anyway. So we go to the bottom of the second, still 2-1 Aquanauts. Knott's trying to add a little something here in the second. First pitch swing from the portaling Gracie Scott, 0-1. Going from Furman to somewhere. We'll see where Gracie decides to call home next. She's down 0-2 quickly in the count. Lexington, South Carolina native. Looking for her first hit of the summer. Gracie Scott down 0-2. Thought that might be a called strike, but it's away, 1-2. And the strikeout. They'll throw down to first to sure things up. Third K for Watts. One away here in the second. Which brings up Emily Borison, Indiana River State College freshman last year out of Palmetto, Florida. Ball one from Watts. Borison looking for a new home next year. And her first hit of the summer as well. Three now. And ball four. So the walk to Borison gives the Aquanauts a one-out base runner. I'll bring up the USF Bull, Karis Pierce. Freshman last year from Crystal Beach, Florida. Hit .317 in her freshman campaign. .333 average with an RBI and a .429 OBP here this summer. Big cut, 0-2. Runner takes off. The throw's going to beat her, but ooh, boy, she's called out. I'll tell you what, it was a good throw by Brinkman, but I thought for a moment that Molitor didn't actually tag her until it was maybe too late, but no challenge used. Two away, now 1-2 count on Pierce, who smokes it to left and just off the glove of the left fielder, Precious Bross. Tried to make an acrobatic catch on the ground, but couldn't quite haul it in. That's a two-out single for Karis Pierce to bring up the 10-hitter, Skylar Young. Young out of North Carolina, freshman last year for the Tar Heels. Fayetteville, North Carolina native. .400 average. I beg your pardon, hitting zero. Yet to have a hit this summer, but a .333 OBP. Fouls that one off. One and two. I've not gotten a tweet yet in this game. Hit me at Gray, GRAY_Robertson. Let me know you're watching. We are keeping a tally, and we know at this point which teams have more people getting involved on the socials and who's just kind of watching. Right now, I would say the Skeeters are probably winning, although the Squeeze has done well too. 2-2. Rise goes high, full count. And on deck, you've got Caroline Patterson, last year's FGCL MVP. Ball 4. Nice plate appearance by Young to put 2 on, 2 out for Patterson. He's already walked and scored here today. Strike 1. Third base coaching box occupied by the Aquanauts head coach Brim Baca. Played her college ball at Lamar, has been coaching around the area last few seasons. Back again, leading the way for the Knots. Has an adorable dog, just like to say. Patterson to left, that's a fair ball all the way to the corner. Pierce will come in to score. That's 1 run on the RBI double from Caroline Patterson. 3-1 Aquanauts. Just a little 2-out production for the Aquanauts after Borison was caught stealing. Single, walk, and a double. And don't let the importance of that Skylar Young walk go by the wayside. That was a long at-bat that she worked. Lena Ball, swing and a miss. She struck out in the first inning, trying to keep this bottom of the second going. That's all the way back. Brinkman hustles. The play at home is not in time. Wild pitch will bring in Young. 4-1 Aquanauts. And Watts will take a beat. Three and one. Full count. Ball to left field, down for an RBI single. 5 runs in for the Aquanauts. 3 in this inning. And Elena Ball has the ribby to keep it going in the second. I think that'll draw a change. We will indeed see a new hurler for the Slice. 5-1 Knots, bottom 2. More to come in just a moment. New pitcher in the ballgame for the Slice is Emma Myatt, who's playing for her college coach here in the Summer League, Walters State Community College, sophomore last year from Tazewell, Tennessee. Myatt this summer has thrown 4 innings, ERA of 3.50, 1 strikeout on her mark. In for Sydney Watts. And facing Gracie Flores following the Elena Ball RBI single. 5-1 Knots. Flores ground ball to short. Molitor's throw skips in, glove by Lamar. 1 pitch, third out, and we go to the third. 5-1 Aquanauts. See if the Slice offense at the top of the order can get rolling when we come back. (10-1-2) due up for the Slice against the Aquanauts, and this offense needs to get a little something jumping. Down 5-1. Nesbitt, Shaw, Brinkman. And we begin with Caitlin Nesbitt. Incoming freshman going to Liberty out of Dublin, Georgia. Takes strike 1. Nesbitt here this summer hitting .400, Couple base hits. Has thrown a bit as well. Trying to turn the lineup over with the extremely dangerous Kylie Shaw waiting in the wings. And then that hodgepodge of power. Brinkman, Dodge, Lamar, a lot of people in the top half of this slice order that can make some noise. Wind picking up, and Nesbitt just chased way high, 2-2. So far, so good for Cameron Ponick in the circle. No free passes, giving up 1 run on 3 hits, 1 strikeout. Called strike 3. Second K, both have been looking, and Nesbitt goes down on the change. Now back to the top of the order with Kylie Shaw, who, guess what, singled in the first inning. Later came around to score. One and one. Shaw, as I mentioned, going to play for Chris and Kate Malveaux at Auburn, which means I will get to see her this year. Scheduling hint. Beautiful pitch. Look at the movement. 1-2. Belair will head out, give the umpire a chance to regroup after getting hit by that one. Back to it for Kylie Shaw. Swing and a miss. Shaw goes down swinging. Back-to-back Ks for Cam Ponick. And now if she can get out Emma Brinkman, we really have something brewing. Because Brinkman is 7 for 7 this summer. Has reached every time she stepped to the plate. Doubled in the first. Over on the other field with our good buddy Tom Canterbury. Final game over there, it is, wow, 9-0 Queens over the Rodeo, top 3. One might be ending early. Queens also look like a major contender. That's what they did to the Impact last week, and certainly off to a great start against the Rodeo today. Sounds like more is happening. There's a strike, 2-1. Boy, Ponick has used the changeup beautifully. Brinkman had no interest in that pitch. I would throw it again. She does, and it's just outside. Full count. Brinkman back to Ponick. It rolls around. Oh boy. I'm going to look at producer Gracie and ask how she's going to score it. Gracie saying E1. I agree. Brinkman's on again, but that is the first time she hasn't gotten a hit. And now make her 7 for 8. The streak ends, and she's still on base. It's Ella Dodge. Faces Ponick. Dodge had that RBI single in the first. Well, Tennessee's certainly been in the news lately after all the craziness that's happened in the last few weeks. I gotta say I'm with Coach Weekly on this one. Good snare by Belair. Keep that one from getting back. 2-2 on Dodge. Waits on it, out to right field, ground ball, base hit. And Brinkman's going first to third. Dodge is rolling to second. That's a nice job of base running by Brinkman and Ella Dodge to put 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. An error, a single, and now here's Layla Lamar into a fielder's choice in the first. Has a couple home runs already this summer. Swings a big bat. Trying to get the slice right back in it. Down by 4. Throw down to third. It will not get Brinkman. I like the snap decision by McKenna Belair. Popped up on the left side. Catch is made. Running in from third. Skylar Young. Side retired. So Ponick gets out of it. 2 left in scoring position, and we go to the home half. 5-1 Aquanauts on the slice. Bottom three for the Aquanauts, and the middle of the order due up, starting off with the home run hitter, Cassidy McClellan, who shows bunt and takes it for ball one. 2-run shot in the first. McClellan with Belair and Thomas waiting behind. That change comes in a little high, 2-0. Good movement by Myatt, 2-2. Met some of the Florida parents who were playing in the FGCL in Gainesville this year. Shot over to short. Molitor deep back there. Gets the out. Nice dig by Layla Lamar and a great throw by Grace Molitor. 1 down. Just a heck of a play over at short. Now here's McKenna Belair, who walked on a very long plate appearance in the first inning. Oop, 1-1. Oh boy, 3-1. The slice did not agree. It's a really good changeup by Emma Myatt. Foul ball. Oh, there it is. Called strike 3. You knew she threw it again, and it was close. She was going to get it. 2 down. Now Jada Thomas, who grounded out in the first inning. That's the one. 1-2. Thomas to right. And a little breadbasket catch on the run for Shaver to retire the side. A clean third inning for Emma Myatt. And we're through 3. Aquanauts still up 5-1. We'll see if the slice can start battling back on the other side. Changes galore for the Aquanauts as we start the 4th inning. Precious Bros, first pitch foul. So Matty Johnson is now in to play short. Sydney Schiller is in center field. A couple other changes. New pitcher is Iko Conaway. Currently in the portal after spending her freshman season at Marshall. Haymarket, Virginia native. We'll give you her stats. Precious Bros takes the ball to make it 2-1. Conaway this summer's thrown 5 innings, ERA of 140. A couple strikeouts. Bros back to the circle. Conaway is there, 1 down. Rest of the defensive changes for the Aquanauts. Caroline Patterson now behind the dish with Schiller in center. Jada Thomas has moved to right. McKenna Belair now at first. And that is hit foul by Grace Molitor, who struck out earlier. And last business to attend to, the line for Camponic. 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run it was earned, no walks, and 3 Ks. All right, I think we're good. That's inside, 1-1 to Molitor. I'm going to check Twitter in a minute. Let's see if anybody's tweeting us and saying hello. We would love to hear from you. Nope. Come on, people. At Gray, GRAY_Robertson. Off the glove of Conaway. Good recovery, and there's the throw to get Molitor. 2 quick outs. See what Lexi Shaver can do. She popped out in the second. Slice offense has been quieted by Aquanauts pitching here today. Really impressive stuff. That's foul. Shaver. Big hit out to right, and that'll go off the fencing and scoot away from Schiller. Shaver will glide into third, 2-out triple for the slice. Thomas went after it. Schiller was there too, and then when Thomas, I think, hit the fence at the same time as the ball, it just skirted away from everybody, and now here's Sydney Watts with the chance to get the slice a run back. Strike 1. Watts grounded out in the second. Nice piece of hitting by Lexi Shaver, who waits on third. Got her. Watts chases upstairs, and the strikeout finishes things off here in the top of the fourth. The slice strand a runner on third base. We go to the home half. Aquanauts will try and add some more when we come back. So officially, I don't even know if my commentary made it on that last play. That was a stunning bunt by Matty Johnson. I think I accidentally muted myself. And then great base running to get to second when nobody was covering. Bunt single puts second and third, nobody out. Karis Pierce now will try and drive in. Another not run against Emma Myatt. So an E3 and then a bunt single. And Matty Johnson portaling from George Mason with the heads-up play to get to second. 3-1 on Pierce. First little bit of trouble for Emma Myatt. And Pierce will send it to left. Schiller scores. The throw in will give Pierce a chance to get to 2. She's out. And Brimbach is going to want to look. And the Aquanauts will challenge the play at second base. We will take a look at the tape right now. Stand by. So after review, the call is upheld. She's out. It is 6-1, and it is an RBI single for Karis Pierce. Maddie Johnson's over at third, and here's Skylar Young. Oh, that's off of Myatt. This will be an RBI single. Skylar Young just smoked that up the middle, 7-1, and I'll make sure Myatt's okay because that made a sound, which is never fun. Back to the top of the order. Caroline Patterson, 1 for 1. RBI double and a walk. She's scored twice. That's making quite the statement. Ball 1. Over on field 2, scoreboard update, they're in the top of the 5th now. Queens up 10-1 on the rodeo. Patterson pops it up. This is going to get out of play. Chasing upstairs. Maya gets the strikeout. And down goes Patterson for the second out of the inning. Which sends up Alina Ball, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a strikeout. Gotta say, I'm a little surprised at how the Knots have just kind of taken it to the slice here today. The slice looked through 2 games like they were ready to run roughshod over the entire league, but some runners left on base today. Bunch of runners left at third. And the Knots, to their credit, have taken advantage of all their chances with people on. Got her. Back-to-back strikeouts for Maya to end the inning, but a couple runs in for the Aquanauts, and we go to the fifth. 7-1. Can the Slice mount a comeback? We'll see. All right, the Slice will try and conjure up a little something with 9-10-1 due up in the fifth. Iko Conaway back out in the circle. Gingrich, Nesbitt, and Shaw due up 7-1 Aquanauts. They have taken it to one of the best offenses in the league, and their pitching staff has held down the Slice well. Gingrich lofts that to second. Basket catch made on the hop by Flores for the first out. Do have some tweets coming in that I'm just now seeing. Apologies for being late on this. Michelle Yarnell tuning in. Oh, broke both of her feet. So watching from the couch. Gosh, get well soon, Michelle. My goodness. Thank you so much for watching. Caitlin Nesbitt faces Conaway and misses the bunt. Also a hello from Cam Ponick's mom watching from Jacksonville. Hello. Thank you to everybody popping in, saying hi. I appreciate it. So does Gracie. Foul ball by Nesbitt, 0-2. Called strike 3. Nesbitt goes down looking again, and 2 away for the top of the order in Kylie Shaw. A single and a run scored, and also a strikeout. That is sent towards the bleachers down the left field line, 0-1. Shaw, the speedster, trying to work some 2-out magic for the Slice. It's been kind of a stagnant offensive day. A lot of credit to the Knott's pitching staff. I feel like that was close to my car. Was it, Gracie? No? Okay. Good. 0-2. Outfield shaded a little bit to the left. 1-2 now. That's going to go foul 2 for Shaw. Slapped off the glove of the third baseman. Boy, Young was trying to charge it and be aggressive, and now a base runner with 2 outs for the Slice as Shaw stands at first base. And the opportunity for Emma Brinkman, who is 1 for 2, ending her hit every at-bat streak, but she was still on. Double and reached on an error. First time facing Aiko Conaway. Ball 1. Runner goes, and they're going to call Shaw for leaving early? Okay. I'm going to take a look at the replay myself. I kind of think it was just a good jump. Just out of curiosity right now. She did leave a hair early. Okay. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 7-1 Aquanauts over the Slice. Well, the Aquanauts, now after the leaving early call, which, again, we looked, she did leave early. We haven't really seen that called this summer, and I think, barring the obvious, I think the idea was for it not to be called a ton. But either way, the inning ends. We're in the bottom of the 5th, and the Aquanauts have 3-4-5 due up as they try and get into a run rule position against the Bradenton Slice. Flores, McClellan, and Belair set to face Myatt. Ball 1 to Grace Flores, 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Couple changes. Riley Gardner into play right for the Slice. And now in at second base, Caitlin Nesbitt. Flores, bloop to left. Just kind of sent it the other way, and now the game-ending run will stride to the plate. And it's the person who's already hit a 2-run shot today, Cassidy McClellan. Good curveball in there for a strike. 0-1. McClellan 1 for 2 with that bomb in the first inning and a ground out in the third. A ground out the only time she's faced Myatt so far. Runner will take off after that one got away from Brinkman behind the plate. One one. Good pitch. On the left side, who wants it? Catch made by Precious Bros for the first out. Now McKenna Belair, who's looking for a hit today, a walk and a strikeout looking. Waits on the change, sent out to left, that's down. The throw in will not stop Flores. Obstruction was called. And it's 8-1 Aquanauts. And we're going to get a look. All right, we're going to take a gander at it real quick. Brief pause. So after review, call on the field is upheld. A big reason why, impossible to tell if, even if obstruction isn't called, that she's out. And now a wild pitch will send the game-ending run, McKenna Belair, to second base with one gone. Two and 0 on Jada Thomas, who's 0 for 2. On the ground to second base. Nesbitt will make the play for the second out, and the game-ending run stands on third. Ball one to Sydney Schiller, who reached on an error and scored. Schiller to second base. Nesbitt. Inning over. We will play on. One run does come in, but the game-ending run is stranded at third, and we go to the sixth. 8-1 Aquanauts. After 5, 8-1 Aquanauts. See if the slice can mount quite the comeback. Brinkman dodged Lamar against a new pitcher. Emma Brinkman, 1 for 2, reached on an error and doubled her first 2 times up. Facing Timber Harris in the circle, third pitcher of the day for the Aquanauts. Brinkman, oh, nice grab. Foul ground, laying out over at first base. McKenna Belair for the first out. And up comes Ella Dodge, who's 2 for 2. A couple singles and an RBI. So let's tell you a little bit about Timber Harris out of Georgia Tech, another Yellow Jacket hanging out with us this summer. Righty freshman last year from Vidalia, Georgia. Here this summer, Harris has thrown 5 innings, a 4.20 ERA, and 7 strikeouts. Dodge sends that back into the cordoned off area that I don't know if we have a key to. Great, we'll get a ladder. 1 and 2. Iko Conaway went 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Good stuff. All around good day for the Aquanauts pitching staff. And a strikeout for Timber Harris to get Dodge. 2 away. Layla Lamar, who's 0 for 2, will take ball 1. That's fouled away, 2-1. Three and one. And ball 4. Free pass drawn by Layla Lamar, who heads down to first base. Oh my. Wicked laugh coming from the Slice dugout after the walk. Here's Precious Bros. Pop out in a ground out here today. Bros, stripe show to left, but it's caught. Oh man, that was absolutely smashed. But ball went to a knee and made the snag. And it's been that kind of day for the Aquanauts. Runner left stranded at first base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Knots leading by 7. Well, the Knots will bring up the bottom of the order. Here in the bottom of the 6th, looking for a run to end it early. And a strike called on Maddie Johnson, who had a beautiful bunt single her first time up in the 5th. Came around to score later on. Portaling from George Mason. It's Johnson, Pierce, and Young. Good day for Brent Baca and the Aquanauts. Things have not gone super well for the slice. Johnson pops this up on the left side. And running over to make the catch is the shortstop Molitor for the first out. Changeup called strike on Karis Pierce. 2 for 2, couple singles and an RBI. That's in the air to left. Ross will make the catch, 2 down. So Skylar Young, who's also reached twice, will lift one out to left center. And all the way to the fence. Shaw couldn't cut it off. Young's got a double. Game-ending run in scoring position for the Aquanauts here in the 6th. After a walk and a single, Young just found the right spot in left center, and I thought there was a chance, especially because it wasn't hit crazy hard, that Shaw could get in front of it, but it just got by her. And now Caroline Patterson with a base hit could end this thing. Strike 1. Patterson, a walk, a double that drove in a run, and a strikeout. She scored twice. Wow. That was a nice snag by Brinkman to keep Young at second base. That looked like, for all the world, it was going to get away. Other game is done, so we're it here on this Monday. Another foul ball. Waiting on a softball. Looks like we're all good. Myatt going back to work. 2 outs. Runner on second. Knotts looking for a hit to wrap it up. Patterson sends this into the sky and into the parking lot. Little low, 2-2. Patterson out to center field. That should do it. Young will round third and come in to score. And the Knots walk it off in run rule fashion a resounding 9-1 win over the Slice in 6 innings. Second hit of the day for Caroline Patterson and her second RBI. And the Aquanauts moved to 3-0 on the summer. The Bradenton Slice dropped to 2-1 overall. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Monday triple header here at Field 1 at Palmasola in Bradenton, Florida. And the Aquanauts moved to 3-0, like I said, stay unbeaten. Tough one for the Slice, just could never string anything together. But I'm sure they'll be back. No doubts about the contenders on these squads. And if anything, it's a statement by the Knot showing that they belong in the conversation for top team in the FGCL as well. That'll wrap up all of our coverage from here at Palmasola today. We will be back tomorrow. Here is the schedule. Before you close that tab and go somewhere, here's what we've got tomorrow. Read the whole thing for you. If I can find it. Here we go. Tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Field 1, Queens and Sea Cows. Field 2, Circus at Squeeze at 9:30 a.m. At noon Eastern, Field 1, Rodeo and Slice, Rivermocks and Skeeters. And at 2:30 Eastern Time on Field 1, Aquanauts and Impact. Field 2, Pioneers and Finns. Again, the Knots win this one 9-1-6 over the Slice. For producer Gracie, I'm Gray Robertson. Thanks for hanging out with us. The Vibe game starts in an hour and a half, so see you then for my 4th game of the day. I hope you'll tag along with us as we continue this summer. And thank you so much for joining us here on the FGCL. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.